I'm fairly confident that Ben Affleck is going through his midlife crisis, or maybe he was going through one when he got back with Jennifer Lopez, but we have been anticipating this for a while now, months, weeks. Ben and Jen are not working out. Bennifer 2.0, it didn't have the staying power that they thought it had, and now it looks like divorce is imminent.
That was always going to happen.
J-Lo and Ben Affleck, there is dead silence between them. Their divorce has slowed to a crawl because they refuse to even communicate with each other by phone.
Let's be fair. Whenever you read these articles about divorces, it's always source, trust me, bro.
Of course, there are so many inside sources, trusted sources. You don't know if any of this is real. I'm just saying I find it awfully believable if they are about to get a divorce, because who thought that this was going to last? This is what, her 6th engagement? 7th, maybe?
I think honestly,
how many times has she been engaged now?
Maybe she wanted to do it. She's like, look, she's like, I've divorced all these dudes. I never got a chance to divorce him. I want to divorce him.
So she just wanted to do this so she could win.
Yeah.
Well, no, what it looks like is that Ben Affleck is the one who has initiated the divorce after such a short time, and only months after she released this album about him and an entire documentary to match. The greatest love story never told. And now
the greatest
it's
love
over.
story lasted about 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah, and it sucks because they've dragged their kids into it, and it was this whole public ordeal, and, you know, obviously just didn't have a good chance of lasting. But this says J-Lo and Ben are moving on separately. She hasn't seen Ben for weeks.
You know what I think it is? I changed my mind. I think what happened was Ben saw Jennifer Garner as Elektra, and he just got really, really back into her. He's just like, oh my gosh.
He's like, it's time to try to win her back.
Time to win her. He's like, and maybe I can
win back my baby mama.
You know what he did is he pulled his Daredevil costume out of the closet from when he played Daredevil, and he's like, I'm coming for you, baby.
Look, I support that. I think that he should be with the mother of his children, and he looks much happier when he's around her anyway.
Nope, go pick up Ana de Armas again.
But this was kind of on the horizon ever since their mansion was put up for sale, and then he went and bought his own mansion that's smaller in LA.
Well, you have to. Like when you hit your midlife crisis and you're rich, you can't just buy a Corvette.
Yeah.
You can't even just buy a Lamborghini with his type of money. That's not midlife crisis worthy.
Yeah.
You have to buy a new mansion.
Yeah, this was the first sign that they were splitting up. And now Ben Affleck has a new look, a freshly divorced glow up. I mean, he's looking like the most freshly divorced middle-aged man we've ever seen.
I've only got this one here. I don't have the widescreen version of it. We got this photo here. He's looking, you know.
He's got the skinny jeans, the cropped leather jacket with the shoulder pads, the aviators. What is this haircut? I don't even know.
It's
just F my shit up.
It looks like it was supposed to be a fade and they just didn't do it correctly. Is that up to I'm sure we've got people.
That's a high and tight right there, right?
Yeah, that's a high and tight. Like somebody with military experience, please tell me, is that up to regulation?
The more I look at his face, the more I think he might be Joe Biden's body double.
Him? Rather than Jim Carrey?
Yeah, just zero in right on his face.
Come on, man.
With the aviators on.
I don't know if I can do that.
I think Ben Affleck might be Joe Biden's body double.
Yeah. It's the most.
But anyway, that's his look. That's Ben Affleck's midlife crisis glow up, if you want to call it that. But reportedly, Jennifer Lopez is furious. She feels that he has humiliated her. He was the one who initiated getting back together, and now, ironically, he is the one initiating their divorce after only so many months of trying to work it out.
You know what it is?
He's humiliated her because she made such a big deal that he's the love of her life. They had 2 weddings a couple of years ago, one of them in Vegas, one in Georgia. This is some kind of a record. They're not young kids anymore.
I'm picturing somebody who's like J-Lo's best friend who also is coincidentally into scrapbooking, having all of the invites to all of her weddings.
Yeah, she just has all of the info. Yeah. That's who's selling stories to Page 6 right now.
I mean,
I just can't respect this kind of behavior from people in their 50s. It's not cute. You dragged your own children into this situation and dragged your family drama into the public eye. It's embarrassing. You're acting like teenagers in your 50s.
And Ben Affleck is still very much a hard worker. He's always working on some new thing with Matt Damon. Like, focus on work. Focus on work.
I don't know what came over him. What made him think that this was salvageable in the first place?
Time heals wounds, right? So she was crazy, and then he got 10 years apart from her and 20 years apart from her. Now he's like, maybe she's mellowed with age.
That definitely didn't happen.
He's like, dude, she's still hot. Like, that's what that's me impersonating him. He's like, wow.
Look, she aged like fine wine, but she did not get any less crazy.
He's like, she's still
over time.
He's like, she's still conventionally attractive. Maybe she's changed as a person.
It's just in those 10 years they spent apart.
20, right?
20,
it was like the early 2000s.
Yeah, this was back in what, 2004?
Yeah. It was around that time.
Originally planning to get married. In the 20 years that they spent apart, I guess he assumed something changed, or he forgot how crazy she was.
It happens.
And, made the same mistakes all over again. Or he was trying to feel young again.
Yeah, maybe that's... I mean...
like that in itself, this whole relationship was a midlife crisis for him.
Yeah. For both of them.
For both of
them.
I mean, yes, of course. But, I mean, she has a bad track record. You could have seen this coming a mile away.
The haircut is a horrible indicator for him.
Yeah,
it's like you're a Hollywood celebrity. You can afford.
Is it for a role?
That's very well. I mean,
that?
the reason why you wouldn't think it's that is because the rest of the outfit falls painfully in line with it.
Right.
Like the haircut falls in line with the.
The only thing that was missing was his depression Dunkin'.
Yeah.
The only thing missing is his depression iced coffee. So, maybe he's at peace with himself at long last.
I mean, maybe it's all Suge Knight's fault.
Yeah, so you brought this to my attention. Apparently, Suge Knight has some explosive allegations against J-Lo.
Suge Knight is known for spinning a yarn. Okay?
He makes a lot of statements, okay? But now, Suge Knight has brought to light explosive claims regarding FBI tapes that allegedly involve Sean Diddy Combs and J-Lo. He's basically saying that the FBI showed incriminating footage of J-Lo to Ben, and that's what convinced Ben to leave her.
So my question is like, was it Ben's role in a movie that got him contacts at the FBI?
Like, how did the FBI go about, getting a hold of him?
Like,
why would they show him police evidence of his wife committing federal crimes?
To be fair, like, TMZ got a hold of tapes of Diddy beating up Cassie in a hotel 10 years late.
Well, no, essentially what Suge Knight is saying is the FBI wanted to warn Ben Affleck beforehand, before this got anywhere near public knowledge, so that he could save his own reputation in the white world. Because he's a powerful and respected white man in the white world. That's what he said. So we have the audio here if you want to play it.
Is it in this clip, the one that says Diddy raids involve J-Lo and Affleck?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When he sees the shit that her and Puff was doing.
World politics, what makes the difference?
Is this it?
When they go raid Puffy's house, and they get all these videos of J-Lo doing this and J-Lo doing that, and they know the fact that J-Lo lied and said that the gun was Sean's or whatever, and sent that man to prison and restored his life, and she knew it was Puffy. I'm quite sure they probably called and the FBI gave respect, a courtesy call of Ben Affleck. It's a white man who got respect in the white world. I'm quite sure they said, we want to show you some things. This about your wife. When he sees this that her and Puffy was doing and who they were doing it with, I'm quite sure they gave his ass those tapes. And I'm quite sure he can never look at her the same. I'm quite sure they heading for a divorce. Because, that's a man who had a good life.
Here's the thing. I'm more inclined to believe that the FBI would use such a thing as blackmail more than I will ever believe that they would use it as some type of courtesy call. Hey, it's like, look, when he did Argo, the CIA was heavily involved in that movie, right? They're like, look, oh, you're going to make maybe one day he wants to make a movie that's critical of the FBI. And they're like, hey, before you do that, look at this tape.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want this tape to find its way to TMZ, would you?
Right. What's far more likely, though, is that, Ben Affleck just couldn't handle the smoke. She was way too crazy for him.
He's like, look, it's not worth it.
It just, the trade-off wasn't good enough for him.
Before menopause, I would have put up with it. After menopause, I'm not sure that,
we can't do this.
I can't do this. J-Lo pre-menopause, I'm okay with that. J-Lo post-menopause, I'm sorry, it's not worth it.
You know who else is going through a midlife crisis right now is Mark Zuckerberg. Because he's like rehabilitating his image and at the same time like counteracting the stereotype that men in Silicon Valley are nerdy losers.
He's like,
who
not
don't care
on my
how they
watch.
look. So he's revamping his whole image and he's growing out his hair. He's starting to wear designer clothes and he's posting these videos of himself wakeboarding with the American flag, drinking beer, and
all while selling your data to China and suppressing your free speech.
they're saying that he's about to purchase Supreme. Like he's about
that is like the most millennial midlife crisis purchase ever.
They're saying that he's about to
He's
acquire
gonna be a hype beast.
Yeah, and that they're going to do a collab between Meta, Ray-Ban, and Supreme, where they're like the Meta glasses that are able to like take pictures and Google search things and stuff.
Should I take off my Ray-Bans in protest?
Yeah, you should
speech?
boycott.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's just, some telltale signs. But Zuck is he's only 40 years old.
Yeah.
So he's at midlife.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck,
based on average
past
age, midlife.
Average midlife.
Yeah.
You don't have an excuse this time, buddy.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.